Hi everyone, welcome back to vBlox TV where Roblox lovers play together. I'm Toto and we are actually gonna do night 4 of the Solar Eclipse event of Tower Defense Simulator TDS, and oh my gosh, it was challenging, but we finally did it and we're gonna show you how we actually accomplished that feat. Let's get into it! Alright everyone, welcome to night 4 of TDS Tower Defense Simulator. In this video, I'll show you how we actually triumphed and beat the Umbra boss. Oh my goodness, it was really difficult. But here is the $1,000,000 question. What towers to bring? And unfortunately, I will have to inform you that if the team does not have accelerators, then it will be a huge task for you lying ahead because it may be impossible to beat this boss. Your options are grind hardcore to get that accelerator or simply purchase it in store, Robux. Then the second $1,000,000 question is how to stop the final boss, the Umbra, from shooting those arrows at you and actually deal damage actively during that final round, because as Umbra walks around the path, every now and then she will stop and shoot those arrows, and actually it will damage the health, and it's like if you get hit 3 times, even with full health, you will die. To answer the first question of which units or towers to bring, we have to look at the waves themselves. So we have hidden at wave 6, so we must have some type of see or detect hidden at the beginning of wave 6 to see those invis phantom going by. And at wave 9 when we actually get the flying units. And so to counter those flying units, we definitely need aerial supports like the Ace or the Pursuit. But if your team members has already beaten the event, then of course bring the Executioner. They're much better in comparison to the Ace. So to detect hidden, we actually need to bring some early cheap units like that of the Soldier or the Cook Boss. And then of course the bigger units would be minigunners or accelerators. And these are a definite because by level 6, if you do not have those, then you'll be in a lot of ouchie. But in this run, Airpack brought his Golden Cook Boss, and of course you want to actually shell out the most DPS possible, and the Golden Cook Boss is not a bad choice because all Cook Boss summon their minions, and those minions has really huge range as well, and so you practically have 2 units in one, and so that is definitely a must. Oh, not to undermine wave number 4, but there's metal units that will only take damage with explosive, and so you definitely need your towers, either the Pursuit, the Ace, or in this case TV brought the Mortar, so the Mortar automatically have explosive, but the Ace and the Pursuit must actually be upgraded in order to shell out damage to those metals. Then of course we have the support units, so I will start with the Toxic DJ, Commander, and possibly Swarmer, Pyro, and even Electroshockers, right? Because we need something to slow the mobs down and stack them better for those explosive units to work, or the AoE. And so in this case, I brought the Toxic and the DJ for the discount of cheaper units and the increased range. And then I also brought Farm because, I'm a farmer by nature. And then TV brought the Commanders for Chain Call of Arms. And then all my other teammates each brought 1 DJ. And so we have a total of 3 DJs in 3 different areas. The first one is in the first open square. The second is of course in the second square, and the last towards the back where there's a large landmass. And finally, the DPS, so you want to bring the biggest gun possible. So in that, you want the Accelerator, the Golden Mini, the Rangers, the turrets, I mean everything that can actually shell out the most damage to a single unit, because the Umbra is gonna be crazy. She is one seriously badass boss with 1 million health, and so it took us literally 4 hours straight. At least that's the part that I was involved in. So 4 hours straight to actually come out triumphant. So now it becomes a balance between supports and damage towers to be placed. And then of course the ultimate task of placing units, you want to stack them as close as possible so that in those little squares that you have of limited space, you can actually stack the most amount of units possible, since you want to be inside that DJ range for the discount and the boosted range. And if you are farming, do not level them up beyond level 2, where it is around 1,000 to upgrade. So the final upgrade you want to do is that 1,000 without DJ, and possibly 800 to 900 with the DJ, depending on what you do. And also once you get to around level 11, just stop upgrading your farms altogether and focus your cash on upgrading the damage units, because at that point it's not worth it to invest in the farm anymore. The return will just barely make it over what you actually put into building those farms. And so now come the final questions of how to actually beat the boss without taking damage and lose the game in the very end, because the boss does come around and does active damage with the arrow shooting every now and then. So to counter that, it has to do with the cannon that's located on the southeast corner of the map, if you're actually standing and looking straight at the entrance where the mobs are coming through. So what you have to do to activate the cannon is you have to go and gather these batteries that are kind of like glowy candies sitting around the map, and they spawn randomly. Now the trick is that you only want to collect 3 of those batteries so that the energy is filled, and don't collect any more, because I don't know if collecting additional batteries actually would save it until the next charge after it's used. And so to be safe, only collect 3 batteries to have the cannon fully charged, and then that's when it go, you shoot it, right? That is right. When the boss does go with her laugh, then yes, you actually activate the cannon by pressing E. And Airpack actually did a great job with that. He was able to stop the Umbra from shooting those arrows at us. It was miraculous, honestly. Figuring out that final boss was really crazy. I mean, we tried so many different things. And the thing is, when you collect those batteries, there is no need for you to actually pick it up and run back to the cannon, as we really did. This was so silly. You can actually check back on the stream when we were streaming it. It was really nuts. We're just noobs, you guys. But hey, Roblox lovers, play together. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot that AJ actually brought sledgers. And yes, sledgers are pretty nice to have too, because they freeze those mobs in their tracks so that Accelerator can take their time charging up their guns before shelling out those laser photons. At any rate, so definitely you'd have to bring those support units, because those support units are critical. So again, Pyro, Swarmer, Electroshocker, Toxic Gunner, Sledgers, of course Commanders, and that's pretty much it as far as the support units. But Commanders is a must, Toxic is a must. Everything else depends on the composition of the team. So tonight in our runs, we probably will try to optimize the team composition to see if there's anything else that we can do besides the accelerator. So not like all players, all team members must have accelerator to beat it, just to see like what else we can actually substitute in, so that it makes it easier for others to beat it, because you know, not everyone would have accelerators. So key point to keep in mind is, when do you activate the cannon? And of course, when she goes ha 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 ha, just like JJ with her evil laughter that we hear all the time. Yes. The second is do not collect more batteries than you need. So you always need to be in communication with your team, so you don't run around wasting those battery packs. Alright, that is it, everyone. So do press that like button you see on your screen there, because it might send an extra nuke to freeze Umbra tonight when you do run with us. And if you have not subscribed or are new to our channel, don't forget to press that subscribe button and the bell notification to get awesome video content like these. And especially if you find it helpful, do not forget to share with your friends. Otherwise, you know Alpha, otherwise known as Eyes, otherwise known as Elsa, is gonna come and flood you over with a huge tsunami. You don't want to see that. At this time, I would also like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you subscribers for having made this possible. It's been a long journey of 2 years, and yes, each and every one of you had actually made that contribution to help grow our channel, so we really do appreciate it. Now here's the thing, if you each bring one friend, we would double that number by tomorrow. Alright you guys, see you tonight. Take care!